moment. Uh, One sec. Because people can now watch us live on YouTube as well. As Yeah, you can watch us live on YouTube too. Hey, so I'm just checking if everything is going on right there. So, yes, welcome to Maiyegun's Diary tonight again. So, tonight's topic is called just brainstorming. So, I'll just talk randomly. I'll pick on things, I'll read your comment, I'll react. And you can also phone in, you can call in to make your own contribution too. So for those who know the number, that number is specifically for this broadcast. Anytime you call it after the program, you will not likely get a response from me. So for those who have the number, +44 79 60 63 10 10. That is 1010. You can phone in through WhatsApp only. So read the caption. I picked few like 2020. 2023 politics. I wanted to write there. 2023 politics. So to my viewers on YouTube, I hope the sound is good. Because if not, I can quickly fix that. So it's going to be an interesting night, trust me. But let's get ready, like properly. Nice one. So they can all actually hear me. Clearly. Meanwhile, on YouTube, the number to phone, the number to call, is on the screen. I'm going to share the link on Facebook for those who might use the opportunity to follow Maiyegun's Diary on YouTube. So you will get to see the link now. One moment. Maiyegun's Diary Politico. Yes. So that's Maiyegun live on YouTube. Just same time we are on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. So we will talk about 2023 politics that is a bit cooking up now. We will talk about Tinubu. We will talk about the Kogi and Bayelsa election. We will talk about something I describe as us versus them syndrome. And everyone seems to be catching the bug lately. So we'll talk about the living in delusional grandeur. Then we will talk about the trending Yorubaphobia. Yes, I created that, like I coined that. And I'm going to back that up with few things tonight. So you can also probably make your contribution as well after that. So I also want to talk about the 1.5 million naira farm in northeast of Nigeria, owned by a Nigerian from Bayelsa state who relocated to northeast, that region now ravaged by Boko Haram. And he got a loan of 1.5 million naira to start up a farm. Then, in 2 years, this farm is now worth 1 billion naira. People have been asking questions, and Oshibajo is actually the one who spearheaded that narrative. So, I'm going to talk about that tonight. And I'm going to talk about those who, one way or the other, forgot that Maiyegun's Diary is owned by a Yoruba man, an Ijebu man, to be precise, precisely. A Yoruba man and a Ijebu man. So when you fling your debt, when you fly the kite of your Yorubaphobia on my platform, And on the other hand, while disagreeing with the probably with the position of the page at some point, forever, decided to brush all of us with what you believe is your own invented, what do you call it? Invented description of Yoruba people on a Yoruba man's platform. You always make it a date. Some of you will actually say, I have been following you for 2 years. You have been following a Yoruba man that you are telling on his platform that this is why I hate your tribe. This is why we hate you. This is why you Yorubas days. That. We call it Yorubaphobia. I'm going to talk about that tonight. And I'm going to be very blunt, as usual. So I'm going to call it exactly what it is. You know, hating for no describable, defensible, but ignorant reasons. So I'm going to talk about that. So let's start. So you will call in tonight. Not yet. Let me start with my usual opening remark. Then, we start taking calls and then, we take it on from there. Thank you for everyone who have taken it upon themselves. I mean, upon yourself to be on Maiyegun's diary tonight. It's not that it's so special. No. It's because at least that moment we'll spend together is going to be another entertaining, eyes-opening, thought-provoking, and expository, valuable time. And that is why we spend time together. That's why I call tonight a random brainstorming. Let's just look at this whole thing critically together, okay, as they are. 2023 politics starts from next month. Kogi State, a state mismanaged by Yaya Bello. Not just him. They've been mismanaging the state from the days of Abubakar Audu and the group of them, Idris, what's that governor's name? Idris Abubakar. And what's this other guy name? They've been mismanaging Kogi State until Yaya Bello came. Yaya Bello showed all of us that clamoring for a young person to lead in Nigeria, a Yaya Bello must never be an example. A governor that is owing over 38 months of salary, that instead of paying the salaries, instead of paying these arrears, is very much investing more in propaganda that keeps saying he's paid today. Tomorrow, no, the Kogi State workers are protesting. Oh, the Kogi State workers have been paid tomorrow. Next tomorrow, they are protesting again because they have not been paid. Oh, Kogi State just received some billions of naira from Abuja to clear off the outstanding debt of workers' salary. Oh, Kogi State workers are begging governor. Oh, the governor is meeting the Kogi State worker next week to settle their how to pay their, all that nonsense. So eventually, Buhari came and said, well, Kogi State election, they should return Yaya Bello. It's the only, or is the best in Kogi State APC. And they have to drum support for him. And he started from Abuja, where Buhari granted him 10 billion naira refund for the project of federal government executed by the Kogi State government under Yaya Bello, just a month before the election. As if that is not enough, Yaya Bello now is more or less like without any opposition. A PDP in Kogi State are in complete shambles. The other opposition parties are very much like the lackeys of the ruling party, APC. They have started endorsing him as usual. And all of a sudden, the Kogi State workers, who many of us have been feeling so terrible for, there are many people are trying to contribute money to go and supply them food stuff. The same Kogi people, the same Kogi workers are very much everywhere campaigning for the return of Yaya Bello. Yes, starting from the Ata of Igala. After Yaya Bello gave him a 2019, is it 2019 or 2018 Rolls-Royce Phantom, a very big machine. for the paramount ruler of Igala kingdom. So, and the Igala, the Ata of Igala, in return, in goodwill gesture, honored Governor Yaya Bello as the golden son of Igala land, the liberator of Igala people. And people have been like so enraged, they have been so angry that how could the royal father, how could he be so insensitive to the plight of his own people, even in Igala land, with no motorable road? Well, they've given the king a phantom. Yeah, 2018 or 2019 phantom. A fantastic and big machine, kind of. And they all flex this all the time while we all wait to see, oh, are they going to ever, probably, are the Kogi people going to stand up and say, no, we won't be enslaved again? Then when you look at the other side, the PDP, then you feel sorry for the people again, like either way, whether left or right, they are fucked. I feel sorry for them. And I don't feel sorry for them either. Because if they say, as they say it, if number do count, right? Definitely, there are other parties there. We have AAC in Kogi State, but because they won't spend money like PDP and APC, they won't be able to flex high-profile public officials, billionaires in their rallies and all that. So they are not likely to attract the suffering and smiling Kogi people. They have been abusing me on Maiyegun's diary too, asking me to face my life and leave them alone because Yaya Bello is the best thing that ever happened to them in Kogi State. Young people. I saw the rally. You see what they have also set up for Dino Melaye. I am not Dino Melaye's fan. I am not his, just take that to the bank. But what happened is that Dino Melaye is a bundle of content. How should I describe it? It's just what a working system should never be or should never produce. And there are many, but Dino is a bundle of content, especially for bloggers who want to show Nigerians how degenerated the system has been. But wow, is one way or the other, like many of them, is fighting for the poor. Is fighting for the struggling and suffering and smiling Kogi youths. As usual, is fighting for them. And therefore, he is going to defeat them again because his own election is also fixed for the same date that Yaya Bello. The result is coming from Abuja. I'm not going to be surprised and I'm not going to raise my hope. And I'm not going to be here to make you feel like there is a miracle that is going to happen. And I'm not going to also make you feel like there's an expectation that, oh, what if Dino wins? What if he defeats them? There's no change. Either way, the Kogi people are fucked. Sorry if you are from Kogi State. That's how I feel about it. And if you look at it critically, I think many of you will likely agree with me that if there are other opportunities to explore, I believe if the Kogi people are genuinely interested, they will do so. But they don't seem to be interested. And that's the truth. They are already like in different camps now. And if they want to have an argument or discussion with you on this, they will rather have it just within the context of PDP, APC. Anything outside that is actually rubbish to them. So they've made their choices. In that regard, either way, you are fucked. So let's talk about Bayelsa, the drama that is playing out in Bayelsa. Bayelsa State is another basket case of a disappointment in opportunities. When you give opportunities to people who are supposed to actually build on what their predecessors, what we see in their predecessors as failures, the greed, the selfishness, the drunk or the drunkenness of power and so on, that have always enveloped this same set of people who once thought they could do better than those who are there right now, until they are given the opportunity and mess the whole thing up. Bayelsa State, another oil-rich state, a very small riverine state, that if its resources were judiciously managed for the betterment of that people, Bayelsa should be one of the richest, one of the most prosperous, and one of the most progressive states in Nigeria. Why? It is so rich, so blessed, and they are so limited of land to cover areas and most of their people are very much riverine fishing, fishing people and all that. So these are areas where they could have invested their so much, so much allocations, and so, all the resources they have, no matter how little they are in compared to what they produce or what they give back to the country, but the little they manage to get back is actually being siphoned while the people continue to live in poverty, wretchedness, underdevelopment that you could never imagine, ever. And now the game for 2020 election is playing out in Bayelsa State. And the division within the PDP circle in Bayelsa State is also so strong that so many prominent ground mobilizers of PDP in Bayelsa State have already left the government of, what's his name again? Dixon. They've left his government to go and team up with the camp of Timipre Silva. Timipre Silva is the former governor of Bayelsa State, accused of looting and stealing over 40 billion naira of Bayelsa money and over 180 houses confiscated from him when PDP was in government. All of these were returned to Timipre Silva, now a minister of petroleum, state petroleum in Nigeria. So these people are now teaming up with him, and the machination is so strong within the within the APC circle that do not be shocked if the news comes that APC captured Bayelsa State. Do not be in shock. And same thing in Kogi State. The way the whole narrative is being driven right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that APC will capture Bayelsa State. They will capture Kogi State with so much ease and peace that many of you will likely come back here to ask for further division of the country. And remember, the failure of those you are depending on make the miracle happen for you, PDP, APC. So, then let's talk about us versus them. I just finished talking about people taking sides with the view that if it's not PDP, it must be APC. Once it's not APC, it must be PDP. And this view are strongly supported, strongly backed, that it has somehow become us versus them battle. And what do I mean by that? People are hiding under different disguises to push their common agenda or agendas through these two front fraudulent political parties, APC and PDP. So we have so many faceless people under different and faceless groups perpetrating different destructive agendas, but for the same common purpose of leading the sheep to the slaughterhouse, either to PDP or to APC. The moment it gets to a stage of taking a drastic decision and say, well, let's go for them, let's crush them, then these faceless groups who have been hiding under different identities. Let me break it down, because I actually love talking in parables too, in a way describing a situation without actually mentioning the names and figures there, right? What do I mean by this? We have recently, I think it was, earlier today, rather, I was at my barber salon, and, we were having a conversation, and my barber told me that he met these Nigerians who were talking about Ududua Republic and why Nigeria needs to indeed break up. We need to fight for Ududua Republic and so on and so forth. So we will do this by raising money and stuff like that. I was like, okay. We've had many of them like that. And we have this 2023 election that is also going to be on a context of us versus them. At the end of that's where the whole narrative is going. So this guy met my barber and they discussed about Ududua Republic. And it was like, oh, that sounds good. That's a great thing. We Yorubas, we need to be this, we need to be that. I was like, brilliant. Did you ask him how is about to, or his organization is going to go about ensuring the Oduduwa Republic actualization? In a very short, simplified form, did he explain that to you? And he was like, not really. He just said we should come together and, we should talk to ourselves and we'll raise money and then we'll demand for the Dua Republic and we'll just get it. Scam. Scam. Because it was so easy to detect, to detect. Scam. Among the different faceless groups under different, you know, faceless names or meaningless names are going to spring up to drive different agendas that will then make it look like us versus them. And when it gets to the point of election, the next and they will like just like an automatic change, just like the time change last night between last night and this morning when our time went backward, right, by an hour. So just like an automatic or controlled computer, they will all switch the moment election is so near, and you will realize that these are people who are working underground for Tinubu's 2023 election, and they will come under this disguise. Let us fight for the Dua Republic. A very good and attractive mission. If you ask me, by the way, something I would actually love to see genuine people pursue genuinely, not scammers who will know. If you dig deep, you will know where they are coming from and you will know what is the force behind most of what they are pushing for. Ask them direct questions and they will be lost in their answers. How can you make that happen? But don't let me belabor you with how this work. They will come to you under different names, telling you how much this is so passionate. How much they are so passionate about this and that. Or if you dig deeper, you either see them either working for PDP or working for APC, but they will use what really beats you, something that's so emotional to you, right, to get to you. You want to do a republic. Very good. Let us ask for it. Then they will take you on and on and on. When it is maybe 6 months to election, you just hear you just read it on the newspaper or online or on Facebook. The group you have been supporting have endorsed Tinubu for president. Eh? They didn't tell us they are going to endorse Tinubu. How can you endorse Tinubu for president to rule Nigeria when you told us that we are going to be fighting for the Dua Republic, which actually in truth, it literally means that we will divide the country. Yoruba will not be part of Nigeria. And then why should we endorse Tinubu then? Same thing I told people about Adeyinka grandson. Hiding behind something that, you won't want to be a bastard. It's just like talking about Biafra. There are so many people who have been so emotionally attached with Biafra simply because of what that project entirely truly mean to them. You know what I mean? Like, you will look at that and you'll be like, what's so special about this Biafra and all of that? But there have been people who have been so very much passionate about it. And if you're driving a message that tells them how this is going to be possible, how this is going to be worked out, they will be your follower, listeners. So there are people also who are of Yoruba extraction, myself inclusive. If I see genuine people talking about how to indeed actually drive force, drive power to actualize the Oduduwa Republic, I'll be so fantastic about it. I'll use my platform to back such genuine platforms. Or you will only get to know genuine platforms when you start asking genuine questions. How do you think we can do it? How can you call someone who put everything he has, all is all, to bring Buhari to power, Tinubu? how can you then name, I mean, how can you then tag that such personality as a Yoruba leader who is also ready to take Yoruba out of Nigeria? So that is where I detected the scam. So the scam they want to build is, oh, let us build this online mass movement. Let people believe that indeed there are people who genuinely want to take Oduduwa Republic out of Nigeria. Wow, I will be part of that. That would be great. Then we can use this mass force to blackmail the people Tinubu sold Yoruba to politically, to blackmail them and say, if you don't give us presidency, if you don't make Tinubu president, we will break up from Nigeria. So then they will now use Tinubu as the one that will start pretending to be begging these Oduduwa Republic agitators on Facebook. Tell them that, listen, Tinubu is begging them. Oh, these people are serious. Oh. Now they will be using us to blackmail the same people they sold us to in 2015. Give Tinubu president or Yoruba will break up. So, as in literally, like, you know, Tinubu will then become the symbol that every Yoruba who actually genuinely wants a new direction for the land to start looking up to Tinubu and say, hey, so if they dare not give Tinubu presidency, Yorubas will break up. What the heck? Scam. And that is where I actually got my idea of us versus them. So some of us who will then stand up to expose the lies, to expose the already planned propaganda, we will then be called, they will call us, it will now be us on the one part. They who are going to buy into the lie of Oduduwa Republic through Tinubu, which is a mirage, by the way. Those who are going to buy into that, they will be told that forget it. Tinubu is not your enemy. Tinubu has been doing so much for Yoruba, but Lagos State is a slum. Lagos State is a slum. Say that anywhere, and that's the truth. No coloration. Lagos is just a glorified slum, a mega slum. And all thanks to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And you know the truth. So there are people that will sell you this idea. Tinubu is the best thing that ever happened to the Yoruba land since the invention of sliced bread. And they will be right. You know what I mean? Yorubas have never been this poor. And all thanks go to Tinubu for that. We now have Agberos as special guest of honors at A-list events in the country. Now, not just in Lagos or, you know, around Yoruba land. They go abroad too. They go to as far as Benue, Kogi, Benin, Edo State, Delta. You know, they go Port Harcourt and all that from Lagos, convoy of thugs and touts. All thanks to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So, do you see how they will plan to drive the narrative to coerce many of you into? I said, you know one thing? My Baba then asked, what do you think is the way out if Yorubas should want? The same advice I gave to my Igbo brothers. They abused me, they attacked me, they told me I was stupid. So many of them are still telling me I'm stupid and all that, and I agree with them. You know what I mean? If my idea was brilliant, you know, they would have probably agreed with me. But I'll tell you what I told my Igbo brothers. Some of them are watching me right now. I'll tell you what I told my Baba today. Same thing I told my Igbo brothers on this same platform. How can you actualize Biafra? How can you actualize Oduduwa Republic? Very easy, very simple, but not so easy, not so simple. But how? Yes. I said, Baba, if they are indeed serious about Oduduwa Republic, since 1999, those who have been leading Yoruba land as governors, deputy governors, state lawmakers, National Assembly members, they have been 98% Yorubas elected either on PDP or on APC platform, ACN, AD, AC, and so on and so forth. Name it, from Yoruba land, they will all be Yorubas. From 1999, we've never elected an Hausa man as a governor in Yoruba land. We've never elected an Igbo man as a governor in Yoruba land since 1999. Same thing with speakers of houses of assemblies and so on and so forth. So yeah, we must have appointed people from another state into so many political positions in Yoruba land. No dispute about that. That's why I said, even we've elected those who are not from, what do you call it, originally, or maybe I shouldn't use that word anyway, but who are not Yorubas. We've elected them into political offices in the past. In Lagos State, that's why I used the figure 98% of people who have been speaking, representing, making budget, passing laws, executing contract, planning for Yoruba land in the last 20 years, they have been Yorubas. So if you want to do a republic, all you need to do is this. The 6 governors who are governors of 6 states in Yoruba land, they are Yorubas. They are not Igbos. They are not Hausas. The 6 House of Assembly speakers in Yoruba land, they are Yorubas. They are not Hausas. They are not Igbos. 98% of House of Assembly members in the 6 states in Yoruba land, they are Yorubas. They are not Hausas. They are not Igbos. 98%, if not 99%, of elected National Assembly members who are representing Yoruba land in the National Assembly, Abuja, they are Yorubas. They are not Igbos. They are not Hausas. How can you then achieve Oduduwa Republic? Very simple, very easy, if they can do it. The 6 state governors will then agree on a drafted, what do you call it? A declaration. Please, those who are lawyers, help me. The 6 governors will come together and say, we are sending these proposals to our state houses of assembly. We will become a republic, but we will conduct a referendum in the 6 Yoruba states, including a part of Kogi, part of where else? Because they say we get part for some places, right? We will conduct a referendum at this so period in time, and the result of that memorandum will be debated in the state of assemblies in the 6 states in Yoruba land, including Lagos State. Then, once this referendum result is passed and enacted into law, we will make a declaration on so date that we will leave Nigeria. But you see, that result from the State House of Assembly, the referendum result, will be taken to the National Assembly. The declaration of the 6 governors will be taken to the National Assembly by the National Assembly elected members who are Yorubas. They will take this declaration to the National Assembly and they will place it before the the 2 assemblies for debate. What they are doing is to notify them that we, Yorubas, we have conducted a referendum. Majority of Yorubas have decided to cede from Nigeria. And the state houses of assembly have endorsed this, this decision. The 6 state executive governors of Yoruba land have also append their signatures on this declaration. And we are now notifying Nigeria that we are living on so date. But you know the worst thing that will happen? They won't shoot one gun. They will end up in court. For those who have been following Brexit, this can be done. That is, if they genuinely want Yoruba Oduduwa Republic. Anything else, and that's what I told my Igbo brothers. They abused me. They told me I don't get sense. I agree with them. But I still believe it. That's the most way. So if is the Yoruba leader, and Oni of Ife and the Obas in Yoruba land can meet him and say, you know what? Don't bother being president in 2023. Why don't you let us come together and just leave Nigeria now? Well, you know, they are not. They are not leaving. Then I gave my second option. That is, if we don't want to use the existing structure to challenge the status quo and get to the Dua Republic of Biafra, why can't we just start something afresh like a revolution? A political revolution. What is political revolution? Do all you can, take over power from different states, expand. It's a long-time project. Build this structure that will end up giving our people the picture, the ideal picture of what the world will look like if they stand alone as a country. That's a long one. Nigerian youth are like, shut up your mouth, you don't know what you are talking about. Just start talking about the Dua Republic. Just shout, my brother, talk about the Dua Republic. For those who are asking me, how can we achieve the Dua Republic? I just told you now. It is a collective agenda. You cannot lead people who don't even want to be led. You cannot lead people without giving them a succinct ideology why they should believe you and follow you. And if Tinubu has been able to coerce few in Yoruba land by buying, intimidating, and so on, onto his side, and they are now clamoring, saying he actually loves Yoruba land so much that maybe when he becomes the president, that is when the Dubai he promised them in Lagos State come to be. Maybe that is when they can get the special status. One of the things they campaigned against Jonathan for, that he couldn't grant Lagos State a special status, a special budget, a special allocation from the Nigerian budget. Buhari has been in government for over 4 years now. Lagos is yet to get a special status. But they will push agenda of Yoruba Republic very soon. And if you follow them, you will end up endorsing Tinubu for president in 2023. Because if you want to genuinely agree with them on the Oduduwa Republic agenda, ask them. It is a very simple question. Can you please tell us how you are going to do it? Very simple, right? I have told you how to do it. If they can't use the structure they have right now, right, to get to the Dua Republic, is it when they leave farming, when they leave power, when they lose power? Is that when they will tell us that they have this strange power that can give us to the Dua Republic? Because they will need to remain in the media for a very long time. Yorubaphobia. Yoruba this, Yoruba that. Now Yoruba calls this, now Yoruba calls that. We don't agree with you. It is called Yorubaphobia. But if you are to tell yourselves the truth, I will pick just one single one. Yorubas brought Buhari to power. Yorubaphobia. It is a very sad, sardonic disease. If you have it, I am not mocking you. If you can admit to it, that is the beginning, or the beginning, the process of your recovery. Yorubaphobia. But I'll tell you the truth that you don't usually love to hear. You know, you're like, shut up your mouth, you don't know what you are talking about. I actually read that a lot. Yorubaphobia. Who brought Buhari to power? Nigerians of all coloration, class, and creed, including your own brothers and sisters, including many of you who are living in denial. We know the Buharidins, we know the Buhari Didiris. We know the Buhari Dinotus, we know the Buhari Dijatus. Everywhere you go, you can easily identify the Buhari Shukus and Ngoziaris. There is no way, no matter how liberal you are, how reserved you try to be, how a Politico you try to be, it will not be so hard for you to know, to notice a Mumumadus, a Mumumadu, a Bele lecturer or Mumu lecturer. These are people that we know are associated to Buhari. No hard to tell. We also have the humbled slaves and the obedient fools. I won't go much, I won't go much further than that. They beat their chest every now and then how they have changed or what they voted for. The change they voted for is what Buhari is giving to them. Fantastic. But they didn't bring Buhari to power. There are other forces. The forces that disagreed with the star boy, Goodluck Jonathan, the ones that those who are now suffering from Yorubaphobia are using as a cover to tell us how much they hate those who brought Buhari to power. And they blame Omoyele Sowore. Whenever they are not blaming Tinubu, they are blaming Sowore. But most of the time now, they blame Sowore for bringing Buhari to power. Then they blame Yorubas generally for, in fact, electing Buhari to power. I won't go much into details of that as well. But I want to talk to you who are suffering from this Yorubaphobia on social media and online and offline. This is it. We have a faction of these people from PDP who left Goodluck Jonathan. They left with the power, with the influence, with the loot that they used in kicking him out of office. And you know about it. But the reason why many of you prefer to cherry pick or to unpick who to blame for the misery that many of you brought upon yourselves, by the way, directly or indirectly. Or Yorubaphobia, this mental illness that tells you that whatever is wrong with your life right now is caused by a Yoruba man somewhere, who must have done something either to your ancestors that eventually make it so hard for you because they are terrible people. Yorubaphobia. Kwakwanso, Saraki, Atiku, Amechi, give me names of those who left PDP to battle Goodluck Jonathan. They left, team up with Tinubu, right? For those who they left, even in between, those who they left within the government to cause havoc within, they were left there. But those who made the very critical financial, support to bring Buhari to power ended up being in the opposition because the party they ran to form, the party they invested billions into in bringing Buhari to power, became hostile to them, and they ended up back in their former ragtag house, PDP house. And those who were so embittered, so angry, those who were so sad, angry, because Goodluck Jonathan lost power to Buhari, they lost their sense of reason. Immediately. Atiku, Saraki, Kwakwanso, how many of them again? The moment they swung back to PDP, their brains were reformatted. Atiku, Saraki, Kwakwanso, and the rest of them committed no crime, living in denial, delusional grandeur, then picking up and then become, what do you call it? Yorubaphobia. Look at me very well. I'm a Yoruba man. And I don't think I've actually taken care of myself enough to cause another problem for you that I don't even know. But as a Yoruba man, if I say anything right now, your blood will boil. You will start vibrating. What nonsense is this guy talking about? Yes, because you are suffering from this newly discovered disease, Yorubaphobia. Because if you look critically, we are actually, we are all victims of the same criminals that some of you are living in denial of. Like, you don't want us to. I've been told that I should be sued. I should be sued And because for defamation, a victim of a bad government is telling me, calling out the criminals, is telling me that I should be sued for defamation when you have already been deformed mentally, physically, some of you. And we have so many people who are now, we call this data, mind you, this data that I'm about to give you actually came from the National Bureau of Statistics, or Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. They call them NBS. They say 40% of Nigerians have mental problems because of stress, lack of sleep, lack of good medical care, lack of good food. People are having mental problems. 40%. That's a huge amount of people who are walking about. And because they say in Nigeria, if you never tear cloth, you never mad. If you never chop bread on the road like that, you never mad. Any other thing I practice. And that is why you will see someone who is a victim of oppression, a victim of a collapsed system, telling me that I will be sued for defamation because I call out those criminals. Because to him, he is being deformed mentally. His self-esteem has been eroded. It's been destroyed mentally. And all he could think of is either he's in chains, or he's locked up somewhere, or even when he's walking on the road, he's being monitored and watched. So he's mentally deformed, troubled. 40% of Nigerians have mental problems. I didn't say it. Your government agency declared it. So, Yorubaphobia, for those of you suffering it, may you get healed. You will receive your healing. Because if you look at it very critically, as we are having all Jews of Kalu, so we are having Okorocha, so we are having all these criminal governors who are also leading 5 states in the southeast of Nigeria. These southeast states have 5 state governors. These southeast states have 5 state houses of assemblies. These 5 states have been making laws. All these houses, all these government positions are all occupied, maybe 98% as well, by Igbo men and women, young and old, making laws, writing budgets, proposing contracts, awarding contracts, executing contracts in Igbo land for Igbo people, for the development of Igbo land. How much can you rate that? Let's start from there. Just before they drive us into me versus you versus us. Yorubas are this, Yorubas are that. Yorubaphobia, that's the new word. So I will open the line now. You can phone in to make your contribution. I've been reading a few comments as well. But however, you can phone in. The line is open, which is, you can phone in from YouTube as well. How are you doing, my friends there? Because this is the first time we are broadcasting from YouTube live, and we are also broadcasting from Facebook. We know, consecutively, we are watching the two platforms, so to say. So yeah, you can phone in now. The number on the stream is +44 79 60 63 1010, and it is a WhatsApp call. I'll read some comments. So we've spent about 50 minutes. That's a hell of a time. Let me read out some comments. Olatuja Bero Emmanuel, Yorubaphobia, is the real word. They won't admit to it. They will still continue to tell you Yorubas are betrayers, Yorubas are this, Yorubas are that. But yet, those who are making laws for every region, they are mostly from the same region. Those who are looting your money, they are from the same region. They speak the same language. They are your people, just the same way we have criminals who are in charge of government and governance in Yoruba land. So, say it the way it is. I have a caller. Good evening and welcome to Maiyegun's Diary. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Victor. I'm calling. Yeah, good evening.
Victor, calling from?
Hello. I'm calling from Egypt.
Victor from Egypt. You have 2 minutes, my brother. What do you have for me?
Good evening, Mr. Maiyegun.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, the network. I think the network from Egypt is a bit dodgy tonight. So, Victor, please call me back. I'll take another call. This time around, it is our regular guy. Dos Santos, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to give you just 2 minutes because I'm running out of time already.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so I listened to everything you said, and I think you're right, because now I have something to tell you. Okay, in 2015, Mr. Dele Momodu, he said, "Please find time to read my pendulum column in this day, the transfiguration of General Buhari." That was what Dele Momodu said. Okay, so currently now on the 26th of October 2019, Dele Momodu, he tweeted. He said, "Please find time to read Dele Momodu's pendulum today. Bola Tinubu and his date with destiny in 2023." You see, so now let me tell you this. We Southerners, we all know that we are not together. Okay. Now, I knew that since 2018, Tinubu has been coming together to form people that will support him in 2023. Okay. So, few days last year, I posted something on Facebook. Okay, which I'm going to read to you very shortly. I said, Tinubu is plotting to be Nigerian president in 2023. He is making sure that all his political sons, just listen, all his political sons head the government of the Southwest. That was why they rigged Osun and Ekiti state elections. Now, just listen, I will list the governors. Governors and governorship candidates in the Southwest that was in action Congress before the merger. Okay, that is governors that were in action Congress before the 2014 merger of the merger to form APC. One was Kayode Fayemi, Ekiti State. He was in action Congress. The second person was Rauf Arigbeshola and the governor of Osun State. That is the current governor of Osun State. Okay. 3, Jide Sanwo-Olu and Ambode. Okay. 4, Ibikule Amosu and the current APC
you have exhausted your time, Dos Santos. I'm going to cut you now. I'm going to cut you now.
Don't worry.
No, I'm going to be strict with time tonight. Sorry, Dos Santos. Thank you very much.
All right, no problem.
Nice one, Baba. Yeah. So I'm going to be strict with time tonight. So it's going to be 2 minutes. Please make it short. What you think, or whatever you want to actually address, right? Just go straight to it, and for our viewers to, one sec. Yeah, the line is still very much opened, and I have another caller on the line.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from, my brother.
Good evening, my brother. I'm speaking to Kudus from South Africa.
Kudus
from South Africa.
Kudus from South Africa. Yeah, what do you have for me, Baba?
South Africa. Yeah, my brother, what I want is...
Oh, we lost Kudus there. So, Kudus, if you're watching, please try back. I don't know what happened there, so the line dropped. So I believe that's Victor back.
Yes, this is Victor.
Thank you, Victor. So what do you have for me?
Yes, like I said earlier, you've been doing a wonderful job, and we watching from Egypt, we are really proud of the great job you are doing.
Thank you, Baba.
I'll be brief.
Thank you,
Mr. Maiyegun.
Nice one.
Yes, I want to ask the question, which it saddens me and it makes me feel very, very bad. I've been like I said, I've been a very strong follower of your broadcast.
Thank you.
So the question I'm about to ask is that if you are to rate amount of people that calls, like say countries, places they have been calling, can you even rate Nigerians have been calling to your into this program?
It's always been very low. It's always been very low.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Most people at home are not even appreciating something like this you're doing. They don't even understand what it means. Mr. Maiyegun, if you understand, I just spent a year in Egypt. A year. And I understand what it means to be in a good government. And when I say in a good government, not like Egypt is a better place. You understand?
I'm with you.
But I will tell you, Mr. Maiyegun, I've been here for a year, yes, and
so I think we've been having a very bad network from that side for some reason. So I hope I get Victor back at some point, and then he can complete his own contribution. So yeah, the line is open again, and it is through WhatsApp. So don't call through the normal phone. You won't be able to get through. So just I don't know how you do it. Add it on on WhatsApp, then call, or just go to WhatsApp and type. So I have a caller. Hello there, sir.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. My name is Ade Richard again.
Oh, comrade. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Thank you very much for a wonderful job you're doing.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, let me be quick. Based on the topic you are discussing this night, if you look at it, Jonathan, OBJ, now Buhari, one thing that we should understand that we need, only one problem we are facing is restructuring the country. That is, if one of those leaders are given restructure of that country today, we may be in a different state today. Not discussing, not putting blame or not putting blame. The past leaders, they have conditioned the country for tenure obligation before they could restructure the country. Some people still don't want to give up about Jonathan or not Jonathan. OBJ was there for good 8 years. He told us until he had a tough time before he can restructure the country. Because Yoruba didn't vote for him for the first time. Okay, we give him his vote for the second time. He now said, okay, it's not ready. Until we give him tough time. We rejected it. Jonathan came on board. The first 2 years of Yaradua, he used his finish. We sat down, Yoruba sat down with him. Okay, this is the problem we have, restructuring the country. He said, no problem. Until 3 months before he leave office, he started organizing a conference. Why he couldn't start it at the beginning? Some people will say, oh, the North will not allow him. As a Nigerian president, nothing that you want, you can't get it. I also attended the conference. If they don't want it, they will not be in the conference. That's the Fulani outside, they were there.
They were there, that's right.
Why can't you start the conference earlier when you have been swearing in 2011? Why must you condition the country to give you second time before you can show the country? You know this is the reason why. So, one of the reasons why they rejected him. Now, Buhari again. That doesn't mean that we should not continue. We're still going to continue.
You have 30 seconds, Ade Richard. You have 30 seconds.
So now, what we need to face is that how can we get a leader that can help us restructure this country to move on? That's it. It's not about starting blaming each other or blaming Yoruba or blaming Tinubu or blaming that. No, we need to move forward. We just need a leader that can help us to restructure this country. Simple.
Thank you.
That's what we need. If we don't, then let's separate everybody. Maybe you should call it a day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that as well, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's Mr. Ade Richards from London. So that's Victor calling back. I'll give you this one. Oh, well, I don't think we have a very good connection with Egypt. For some reason, we don't. I'm sorry, Victor. So, yeah, that's us coming to to the end of the broadcast. So we have another. Let's use this last 5 minutes to round up. So, good evening and welcome to. Good evening, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Abidemi, and I'm calling from Edmonton, Canada.
Fantastic. So, Abidemi, what do you have for me?
Thank you, Maiyegun. I've been a very strong supporter, and I've been following this program. And first and foremost, I'd like to appreciate you.
Thank you
a lot.
Thank you
for all you're doing.
Thanks
to bring up that awareness again. It's very important, and most especially the viewers as well. All of us that are back home watching and following you. I want to appreciate every one of us as well. Coming to the topic for the day, you said it all. The Yorubaphobia. All of us in this country, we are the ones that are killing ourselves. We are the real problem. Which each and every one of us, we have one fault to world crisis we have at this point. And we can't continue to tackle each other. The Yorubas are against the Igbos are against the Hausa. It would not lead us to anywhere. We all have to come together. We are unified as one and fight this corrupt, few microscopic elements that is endangering the lives of this nation.
Amen.
There is no future. There is no future. Maiyegun, there is no future for this country with the way we are going. If the followers, all of us, Maiyegun, and this is the truth, at one point, all of us, you, myself, we have supported these leaders.
At some point in our at some point in our own formation ages as well. Yeah, we have believed too, believing they could do it. Yeah, this one will do it. Until they failed, and you realize that everything is just a job.
I tell you, Maiyegun, let me tell you my personal experience about this whole Buhari thing. When I was in Ife, I went to OAU. 2011, I was a union leader at that point too. I was literally the only person in the student union that was carrying my Buhari on my head, believing this man, he's the savior, he's the man, he's this, he's that. I mobilized my comrade, the president, secretary general, all of us. We went to Technica. I mobilized people. The only people that came to come and do the campaign with us were Mala, Isabu, Oshobo. Buhari did not show up. Despite that, we were still following him. But people now came in 2015 when I still supported him again. People after 2015, and I saw everything that he did. That this is nothing to write home about. I came back and disavowed all of them in 2019. So what I'm trying to say is, all of us, in other words, we have contributed to having these people there, and we have to unite at this point.
That is if we stop living in denial. You have been so truthful with yourself right now, right? But there are people who have actually also, they did everything you also did, my brother. But when they look back, I don't know what is actually holding them. They've seen the failure after that, right? But they just still feel like, fuck it, Buhari will still change. My brother, I will just let you go there because your time is also a bit over. Bidemi from Canada. So thank you so much for that. And I've got my sister here. So I will take a call just before the end of the program. Good evening, ma. Olori Abi.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening,
Happy Sunday to you and everybody on the broadcast.
Same to you.
I'll be brief in my in whatever comment I want to make on this platform today.
Please go ahead.
You see what is going on in Nigeria? You see those criminals that we call our leaders. They cannot do any restructuring in our country. If we think they are going to restructure that country, we are joking. It's only an outsider that can fix that problem. So far you are involved in that rig system, you cannot fix it. They will blackmail you if you try to do it. Look at Seyi Makinde. Seyi Makinde is an outsider. Look at the way he's fixing Oyo State. He doesn't have any godfather he's going to report to. And look at all the good things that the man is doing.
We are watching Seyi
not
too.
Strong, that want to fix the system, they will lock him up. If the people are not supporting him, look at what is happening to Showore. Showore is an outsider. See the way people are against him for telling them that they deserve a better life. So, it's two things that is going on in that country. We need proper orientation for our people. After the orientation, another needs to come in and help fix the system. You see all those people inside the system, they are not ready and willing to do anything. If we think they are going to do anything, that's a lie. It's a lie. You cannot be doing the same thing and expect different results. You do another thing, then you get a different result. It's as simple as ABC.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Olori Abi. I appreciate having your voice on the program tonight as well. Thank you, ma.
You're welcome, my brother.
Yes, ma'am. That's Olori Abi there from the US. So we didn't receive call from any caller from tonight, but maybe because we are not really going to be long on the program. So usually when we do Maiyegun's Diary like that, people want to see the video on YouTube. So I think it's working tonight so well for us because, my viewers on YouTube, they can watch me live right now. So I won't have to go there to upload our Facebook live video for them so they can see it right there. So good evening, my brother. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Michael. I'm calling from Mexico.
How are you doing today, Michael? From Mexico. That's South America, yes. Is it?
Yes.
Fantastic. So what do you have for me there?
Okay. Let me go through with this. Actually, I've been watching your program for a while now, and I really appreciate what you are doing.
Thank
God
you.
God will continue to empower you, my brother.
Amen.
So what I want to talk about, I want to address my talk to my Igbo brothers. See, all these, the way they are talking that, it's Yoruba, it's Yoruba, it's Yoruba. No.
But we have some Yorubas too. If we have to be fair, my brother, if we have to be fair, we have some Yorubas too who are very fond of throwing some other unprintable names about the Igbos. If you have, you must have read few of them. So many of them on social media too. So it's just that collaboratively, there are even Yorubas who have Yorubaphobia themselves. So I'm just about people who blame us or blame a tribe. So if anybody blame Igbos for the Nigerian problem, maybe they are also suffering from Igbophobia.
But
continue, yes, continue, my brother.
What I don't really understand here is that, okay, why would they be saying what they are saying if they can see that it's the set of people that have been in power? They are using, they don't even care about anybody. What they care about is that they follow through with their agenda, and they don't care about whatever they are going to sacrifice to get to that point. So let's take, for example, the case of Ikere Madu. Someone said that why the Yoruba people abandoned Showore in prison. Okay. So now, why did the Igbo later beat Ikere Madu in Germany, that Yam festival? Is it not when they find out that they are just hypocrites? They will use something to hold you down, to achieve whatever they want to achieve, and later, when they need you, they will just use you and dump you and move on.
You are right. Because even Nnamdi Kanu came out to say he did not commit any crime. If anybody stands shorty for him, it's all RNG. They did all of that to make it look like they can control Biafra. IPOP. Nnamdi Kanu came out to say that. And he said all of them will be beaten.
So I don't really understand why we will let them to use us against ourselves, because I don't know why someone will, in their right mind will think that all those leaders have something for us, or they even care about us. They don't care. All they want is that, like that Yoruba Republic now, it's just their agenda. They will pick us, bam, 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 bam. You will follow. Later, you will see where it ends.
They endorse Tinubu, and you will not be able to turn back that time, because they will tell you that if to get Oduduwa Republic, you must support Tinubu. In fact, it's a trap. If they don't give him, we know they won't give him the presidency, but guess what? If they don't give him, we just break up. Just like that.
No, we need to sit down, and see the bigger. Well, that's my advice.
Thank you.
So all of us, we need to sit down and see things in the bigger picture.
Thank you, Baba. I appreciate your contribution.
Okay, that's my
nice one.
Have
a good evening. Yeah.
Keep up.
That's a good one there from our brother from Mexico. So we should be bringing this to an end. I've got this number from Nigeria. Hopefully, our caller is from Nigeria. Good evening and welcome to Maiyegun's Diary. Your name and where you are calling from?
Good evening, Maiyegun.
Good evening, sir.
This is Great Man.
Great Man from, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Lagos, Nigeria.
Fantastic. You'll be my last caller on the program tonight. So what do you have for me?
I'm actually happy to get through. I've been trying to...
I am happy too. I am happy too.
Firstly, I want to commend you for good job you have done.
Thank you.
If I can see someone like you, I want to believe all hope is not lost. See, just like you said, a number of us are living in self-denial. We are to come to terms with ourselves that this is what we want and this is how we. Now, I actually want to make this call to everybody that cares to listen. We deserve a better life.
By all means, everyone deserves a better life. It is a right, yours.
And all these are leaders, they are nothing to write them about. You see, we need to get ourselves together. And I think this is a very good platform. We'll start to talk to ourselves, to educate ourselves about how we can achieve what we want Nigeria to be. And well, as regards of the Dual Republic, it's achievable.
It is.
Without again, we still need to talk to ourselves. And there's no division between the Yorubas.
Thank you. I like that. I like that, that concise, straight to the point presentation. Thank you very much, my brother. And how is Lagos? How is Lagos tonight? I hope you are not calling. I hope you are not calling from the Lagos traffic. Are you home?
I'm actually in the office.
Oh, are you working late, or you're just staying back for the traffic to at least reduce?
I'm working late.
Oh, I see.
Even as it is,
yeah,
I'm so scared of the bad road.
Thank you. It is well.
Can't charge them. Even get to the compound is a big horizontal. These are things
it is well, my brother. Thank you very much for calling in tonight. Okay, have a good night.
Okay.
Nice one. So that's a brother from Lagos there. So thank you to everyone who called in. For those of you who stayed back to watch me, Nigeria is now 1 hour ahead of the UK. Maybe I should take this call. Showed up as a Nigerian number. Hopefully we've got another caller from Nigeria. And
Hello.
Let's hear from our brother. Good evening. Your name and where you are calling from?
I'm calling from Lagos, Mr. Korede. As usual.
Mr. Korede from Lagos. What do you have for me tonight, sir?
Yeah. I have a lot of things, but you said you have 2 minutes to give
me.
Please,
exactly.
I just want to talk about. I want to talk about some people. I heard one caller said we don't hear a lot of people from Nigeria calling. It's only from people that are in Novas that call. Yes,
and I'm glad. That's why I was about to end the program there, but I saw the number. I was like, I would rather take this as another last caller, so that at least I'll be fair to callers from Nigeria. I mean, viewers from Nigeria too. So, and for that reason, you know what? Korede, Mr. Korede, you know what? For that reason, I'm going to give you a VIP treatment tonight. You have 5 minutes to tell me everything you want to tell me tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll be trying. I'm inside the car. I'm working. I just closed by now. That's why I'll be just say. I see your notification that you said you have it by 20 minutes. You start the program.
That's right.
I just go home now. Now go straight to the point.
Thank you.
Now, I want to talk about this our people in Nigeria, living in Nigeria, not you people that live in Novas. We that we are in Nigeria, let me tell you the fact. We are not helping ourselves. Whether irrespective of any tribe. Someone like, you do a program, say, is it not there before yesterday? That you did a program about Yoruba people, say it's only Yoruba you are going to do.
Yes, when I spoke in Yoruba, I wanted to do that tonight, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to disappoint my other viewers. Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, I always follow you to the core. I'm sure we'll for support 100%.
Bye.
Because so now what I want to talk about tonight is that now, do you know that some people in Nigeria, we are not supporting ourselves? We are the evil in the camel that we are destroying this country. Number one, why I'm saying is that, do you know that IPOB protest today and police now go there to distract them,
to attack them, now to disband them.
Do you know some people in Lagos live in Lagos? They are Igbo. They are Igbo. What I'm talking about, you know that I called last time. I said we should unite and fight this battle together. I'm ready to fight. They can kill my body, they cannot kill my soul. My spirit will go. Because I'm so, sir. If anybody is hearing my voice tonight, I'm in Lagos here in Lekki, working 18 hours a day, collecting 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira. Whether some people like it or not, you can do another business, you can be achieving. I'm a driver. I'm ND holder. 50,000 a month.
And people will still tell you to thank your God. But is that what you actually went to school for? Is that what you bargained for as a young man when you wanted to start life? So people will tell you to be happy, be thanking God in poverty. How is that possible?
Yeah, no. What politicians are using against us, they are using influence of poverty. And we are not suffering from poverty again. We are suffering from penury. Extreme poverty. Extreme poverty that we are going to collapse very soon. But what I just want to say tonight, whether you are irrespective of Igbo or in any tribe, it's better we support ourselves, we fight this battle together, we rise up and we fight them. That this thing, we don't need it again. This is what we need. A good governor. A good government. What I've been shouting, for instance, let me just go through to my point. For instance, in area in Chevron, where I'm working, now I told some people that we have to support a new generation. Do you know what they tell me?
What?
They said, 2023 is coming. Tinubu is coming up. I said, you are crazy. I fight them. Some people that are rich, they are using influence of poverty against us. They will give you 5,000, 10,000. Can that money make you a better life? If anybody is hearing my voice,
but do you know
tonight,
one thing, truly? There's something I'm going to chip in here, Mr. Korede, right? Which is very, very important. Most of the time, out of ignorance, right? People tend to think Tinubu control Lagos State. And if facts and figures are to go by, you will realize that Tinubu doesn't even control 30% of Lagos State. He uses force to twist every region to do his bidding, especially during election. Do you know that in 2019 election, right, out of the 100% registered voters who collected their voters card in Lagos State, only 30% were allowed to vote. The areas Tinubu won in Lagos State were no more than 5 local governments. The rest were written. And it's a fact.
Yes, you are right. You are right, Mr. Maiyegun. But what I'm saying is that, you know, I live in Lagos.
I know.
I'm not living in Novas. But now, in every area where people are hearing my voice in the world tonight, about your diary,
yes.
I want us to shift something.
Please.
You know that we are the problem of our country. You know, I always said it. Now, let me just give you an instance. Kogi state government now buy Rolls Royce to Ata of Igala. Just for him to convince his people, for someone
to vote for,
there for 4 years, not pay salary of 2 years, to come back again and rule them. Do you know we are stupid? I will say it, whether you are Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, we are all stupid in Nigeria today. Like Sheikh Kuti said, let me don't take much of your time. Like
you are using your
said,
VIP status, Mr. Korede. Enjoy it. Continue.
Like Sheikh Kuti said, he said, now, Nigeria, if they say some migrants have traveled overseas through water or maybe through
by road and all that.
They escape. He said they don't only travel. He said they escape from the air. Nigeria are suffering serious. I'm in Nigeria now. Now I'm working as an escort driver. Now, me and my colleague and all the police who are working together, I love the police that I'm working with. I know that they are not corrupt. They are SPU. They are standard organization. They are SPU. They are standard organization. They are not staying in the road. But what I'm saying is that now in Nigeria, we youth in Nigeria were the problem of this country. Because of what we want to, I always say this, because of what we want to eat today, we are spoil what we want to be tomorrow.
It's a shame.
Oh,
yeah, me, Jobito, so the law, my dear brother. Fún bóyá bí ìṣẹ́jú kan ní gbogbo time tó kù.
Mo fẹ́ sọ Yorùbá.
Yeah, go ahead.
Àwa problem la jẹ́ ní country yìí. A ní Yorùbá ní problem country. Yorùbá kọ́ ní problem country yìí o. Igbo ní problem country yìí. Igbo. Because tẹ́ bá wo orí page mi, Kebo Blessing ní orúkọ mi lórí Facebook. Kebo KEBOD. Èmi mò ń follow yín every time. Ni mo máa ń comment yẹn. KEBOD. Kebo Blessing ẹ máa rí mi àtọ̀dún láti ìdájọ́ dúró. But tẹ́ máa sọ fún yín pé I will always tell you that some Igbo guys, make I speak English, make them hear me.
You are free, go ahead.
Always criticize. Some Igbo guys always criticize Owore. Say he brought up Buhari. Why? Let us support ourselves and fight the battle together and win. If we win, everybody can go in his own way, or you go and develop your own.
That's the position of Showore too. Showore is like, let us send them away. Once we take our country back, we can sit together. And if, restructuring is the way out, we solve it. Everyone can control his own region the way you want it. And if you still want a Biafra at that time, let's go through the due process. And that is why Nnamdi Kanu sat with him too. But people are not looking into that. Right?
Yes,
but Showore brought Buhari to power.
Biafra will never come to year 3000. Let me tell you in Nigeria, Biafra will never come until they look to their labor and tell their labor that Yoruba or any respect of language, let's support us, please, let's fight this battle together and we gain our freedom from all this old food, all the Buhari Yaweri, and let us gain our freedom and
Mr.
fight our battle.
Yeah.
Don't let me waste your
Thank
time.
you. It's a pleasure hearing from you. Have a good evening, okay? That would be the last caller on the program tonight. He preached peace, unity. Let's come together. That's a long rope that we've been trying to trace all this while. But yeah, I've told you, for those who claim, who say Igbos are the problem of Yoruba, maybe you are also suffering from Yorubaphobia. For those who blame Yorubas for the problem of Nigeria, maybe you are suffering from Yorubaphobia. Whichever of the phobias you are suffering from, until you stop living in this delusional grandeur, the life of denial, it is not us, it is them. Oh, it is not about us, it is about them. Oh, they started it, not us. It's us against them, and so on and so forth. And for those who are going to hide behind different disguised, pseudo groups to push different agendas, which will end up leading to one single agenda, Tinubu for President 2023. People like us are going to keep standing up, keep, deflating your bubble and all that, start deflating them for you. Because we will know, we see through the lies, we see through the deceit, the same way we saw through it in 2015 when they were shouting change, 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 change. And we told you that this one, that they are calling this conductor is calling change, 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 change. At the end of the day, many of you are now actually asking, what type of change are you asking for? And at the end of the day, they bought into the change madness. There are actually people who believe that I mean, because of the level of this delusional grandeur that is currently enveloping the brains and the mindset of so many people suffering from so many other ailments that makes them believe that indeed Yorubas are the problem of Nigeria and so on. So me as a Yoruba man is now considered as someone who probably brought Buhari to power. I shouted, I screamed, I used all my platform to tell people, don't do this, don't do this. Jonathan is not the best, but I think you can still make do with him if he is the alternative there. Buhari is not an option, but they ended up bringing Buhari to power. And I, because I'm a Yoruba man, I am accused of bringing Buhari to power. If I speak, I am someone who brought Buhari to power. Atiku didn't bring Buhari to power. Saraki didn't bring Buhari to power. The new PDP group who formed new PDP, who left PDP to sponsor Buhari to power, they didn't bring Buhari to power. Those who contributed their billions from their states, stolen from their different states, PDP state that suddenly turned to APC states during that time, they didn't bring Buhari to power. But because I'm a Yoruba man, even if I campaigned against Buhari coming to power, if I campaign against APC, if I have always been, it doesn't really matter. He's a Yoruba man. He's not honest. He must be a Buhari supporter. While the same people suffering from the same madness, the same illness, the same ailment, the same sickness are very much will tell you how Saraki, Atiku, Wakwanso, and the rest of those criminals, how they love Nigeria so much than Buhari that they brought to power back then. But whatever it is, everyone will have his own bite. Thank you so much for your time. To my friends on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Thank you so much for your contribution there. I'll read your comment later. And to all of you on Facebook, have a wonderful evening. So for those of you who are on Facebook and on YouTube, well, thank you so much for your time. This is Maiyegun signing out. Good night.
After the election, where them do, we still they wait for the change. All the promise when they make, it don't be like saying a fake. Where the money, where the food, cause everybody want improve. Since you come, no tears and pain, we don't tire to complain, I see the bad way you've been do. You don't turn Nigeria into two. 97% and 5%. You know been talk like president. They rule Nigeria with sentiment. And take your office to